First of all, Bitcoin's been appreciating at 55% a year for the past 4 years. Bonds are depreciating 5% a year. The S&P is appreciating at about 13% a year. It's amazing to me that people would rather have a 20% ARR with 20 vol than 55 ARR with 55 vol. But yeah, if you think about it, it's pretty obvious you want the 50% return, not the 20% return. So if you're going to embrace the future, embrace digital transformation, it's going to be more volatile, it's going to be higher performance, but that's the future. So I don't get upset because I know we're winning, and Bitcoin's winning. It's pretty obvious to anyone that, can chart the thing that there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer.
Welcome back to the channel. That was Michael Saylor discussing why Bitcoin is winning and why it's probably going to continue to win. Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros here. We'll be getting into some MicroStrategy updates here, some Bitcoin updates, and also another Saylor clip that I'll play at the end of the video. So make sure to stay tuned for all this information in today's video. Like and subscribe for more. We have new Bitcoin, crypto, MicroStrategy content coming out every single day. Let's go ahead and jump into it here. So we have another company following the MicroStrategy playbook. Saylor Technology, they're looking to allocate 60% of their cash flows to buy Bitcoin for its corporate treasury. So just another publicly traded company following that MicroStrategy playbook, getting diversified into Bitcoin. And this is a smaller company. They're only a $32 million market cap company, and that's okay. But we're seeing new companies start to adopt this Bitcoin standard almost every week now. So it's good to see more and more companies starting to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And I don't think that slows down anytime soon. And from Chris here, he says, Michael Saylor is going to be the only person in history to open source and literally spoon feed his entire playbook to the entire world and yet still end up owning a monopoly. So this is good for MicroStrategy when other companies put Bitcoin on the balance sheet, because that just gives Bitcoin more credibility as more companies put it on their balance sheet. And it also helps the Bitcoin price because they're going to have to buy a lot of BTC there. So it's good for MicroStrategy. It's good for Bitcoin. Definitely love to see it. And like Michael Saylor said a couple of months ago, it's easier to copy MicroStrategy than NVIDIA or Tesla or Google or Microsoft or Apple. Any company can copy the MicroStrategy playbook, but they can't just copy NVIDIA, Tesla, or any of the Mac 7. So something to think about there. We could see more companies put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Guys, I just finished recording, but I'm just adding this to the video quick, but I just saw this. Another company, Thumbs Up, adopts Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. They're going to be starting with a $1 million purchase. So a lot of companies right now are looking to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet, guys. Just another company today. It's like a new company every single day. And you can see this is another small company at around a $35 million market cap. But we're starting to see more of these small companies, more of these publicly traded companies talk about putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to the video. And if we look at MicroStrategy, we currently are traded at around $327 at the close yesterday. But if we look at Bitcoin here, Bitcoin is actually up since the close. It is up around 2.5%. Currently sitting at around $89,500. So if that price does stay up, this video is being recorded about 50 minutes before the market open. So we could see MicroStrategy open pretty nicely if Bitcoin is up around 2.5% since the market closed. And this is MooMoo. Make sure to check them out. You can come on here and trade MicroStrategy, MicroStrategy options. We have an affiliate link. If you sign up and deposit, you're going to get some free stocks. It's basically free money. You could then sell those stocks, buy MicroStrategy, buy Bitcoin, do whatever you want with them. It's free money. Make sure to check that out. A link for that will be in the description below. Pretty nice exchange here, though. I've been using it here recently. And then also check out our Patreon. If you guys want to join our group, we give away alpha options we're looking at, leverage trading, also some tutorials on how to option trade, how to leverage trade, all of that in our Patreon. So make sure to check that out. That will also be in the description below and the pinned comment section. But to get back into Bitcoin, from Saylor, he says, strategic Bitcoin reserve has precedent in other big U.S. government purchases. The Trump administration understands it. I think Senator Loomis understands it. That's why it will happen. So he's saying the Bitcoin strategic reserve from the United States will happen. And understand, if this happens next year, Senator Loomis is looking to put this in front of the president in his first week. If this happens next year, the price of Bitcoin is going to go parabolic in 2025 because the U.S. government is talking about buying 1 million Bitcoin. That would really raise the price very, very quickly. And Mike Novogratz thinks if that happens, Bitcoin could hit $500,000 next year. And the reason why he thinks that is because the United States will be buying Bitcoin, but then other countries would follow the United States playbook and also be buying Bitcoin. So we'll see the European Union do it, probably countries over in Asia do it, countries in Africa do it. The whole world would follow the United States if they decided to actually do this strategic Bitcoin reserve. And it could happen sooner than any of us think. Now, according to Polymarket, right now we have around a 31% chance of this actually happening. But over the past day, we did see a little peak above 50% chance of this happening. So we'll see what happens and how this plays out. We know these numbers can change very quickly, and there's not a lot of volume on this trade right now. So this could definitely change really, really quickly, and we could see this actually happen over the next couple of months, guys. This is not out of the realm of possibility. There's a lot of people who are pro-Bitcoin. Congress, the Senate, and the president, they're all Republicans now. Republicans tend to be pro-crypto. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out. And then also an update from the state level. Pennsylvania proposes allocating 10% of its $7 billion reserve into Bitcoin. So there's a bill that's going through Pennsylvania that they want to allocate some of their $7 billion reserve into BTC. And they're looking anywhere between 1% and 10% to get that into Bitcoin. This would be huge. And the reason why this would be huge is because states tend to follow other states, especially states that are right next to you. So if Pennsylvania does do something like this, the surrounding states may want to do something like this. And then other states around the country may want to do something like this. So this is just a start, guys. But you can see where everything is headed. A lot of these countries now, a lot of these states are looking to put Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, putting it on their balance sheet. It's not slowing down. This is good for Bitcoin. This is good for MicroStrategy, guys. This is good for the price. And then to update on the Nasdaq 100 tracker from Ben Workman, currently sitting at number 63 over here. MicroStrategy would get an allocation next month of $750 million if they make it into the Nasdaq at the current spot of 63. Like I've said before in other videos, we do need to stay in this top 75 to be included in the Nasdaq and get any allocation at all. But right now it's looking good for MicroStrategy. Hopefully Bitcoin holds up here over the next 2 weeks until November 29th when they actually take the snapshot of this and we see MicroStrategy get actually included into the Nasdaq. That would be huge to see. So be watching out for November 29th. That is a huge date for MicroStrategy. And that's all the info I had for today's video. There's a clip I want to play for you guys here in a second. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. We have new videos coming out every single day. We appreciate all you guys for watching the content, liking and subscribing. We're going to try to keep you guys up to date the best we can. So make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. If you haven't, let's go ahead and check out the Michael Saylor clip.
Look at this entire set of asset classes. They line up kind of elegantly. If you're actually holding bonds for the last 4 years, you lost 5% of your capital a year. They're losers. Every bank in the U.S. is capitalized on bonds. Every operating company is capitalized on bonds. You wonder why the banks are sick? You wonder why the operating companies are sick? They're sitting on those minus 5% instruments, and that's their best idea. Gold's plus 6%. You might as well just hold gold. Real estate's plus 10%. The S&P is 15%. You can double it with the Magnificent Seven. Find the best companies in the S&P, the NVIDIAs, the Apples, the Googles. 29%. And this little creature we call Bitcoin is doubling that, 60%.